I think if you looked at skylines of a lot of cities around the world, there's a few cities you'd recognize because of some of their buildings, and I think this building plays that part here.
The Transamerica building has 48 stories and a very broad array of tenants that have different needs.
So we're constantly looking at ways to make the building operate better, to keep our tenants happy, and to attract new tenants.
So it behooves management to run the buildings as efficient as possible. You want to have a personable level with your PG&E rep to achieve energy efficient projects.
And basically I can help them focus in on the ones that are going to make the best impact, from an energy efficiency standpoint and a financial standpoint.
With their help, we were able to get some free analysis of what kind of energy savings there would be and say, well, it's going to cost X amount, but it's going to save us Y amount.
For example, the Pyramid Center was one of the first buildings in the downtown San Francisco that installed a large cogeneration system.
PG&E was going to give us $600,000 for producing our own energy.
We take in natural gas and then push it into an engine. An engine turns a generator, and then we get usable electricity out of it, enough to sustain 70% of the building load.
And more than that, we're getting space heating, we're getting heat for our domestic hot water, and we're getting cold water for our air conditioning system.
The cost avoidance was approximately $700,000 on that first year. And then one of the biggest projects that we've teamed with PG&E recently in the last 2 to 3 years is a fan wall system.
We had these giant house fans. It was as big as a Volkswagen, and just churned the air. So we put in 15 smaller fans, which make up literally a wall of fans.
That pushes the same amount of air that the other older supply fans did with less horsepower.
We have redundancy, so if one of the motors burns out, it's not a problem. We have greater efficiency.
And we basically gave them an incentive based on the annual energy savings. For a commercial office building, the lighting is about 30 to 40% of the overall energy budget. And if you can convert a 25-watt fluorescent tube to a 13-watt LED lamp, that can dramatically impact the bottom line.
We did notice a significant energy reduction in our lighting consumption.
And so we wanted to have an Energy Star rating, and then of course once you benchmark where you're at, you want to do better. And then also there was interest from our landlord and the parent company to raise our score up to reach LEED Platinum, which we did a year later. So there's great resources for that, and a good place to start is dealing with your PG&E account rep.
Energy efficiency is a win-win for everybody, for the building managers, for the environment. And tenants are actually seeking out energy efficient buildings.
I think it's prudent upon us to be good stewards of the resources of our ownerships that give us, and good stewards of environmental conservation. It's keeping a pulse to the new technologies coming out.
So I think this is going to be a long relationship where we're going to continue to evolve and become a more efficient building. It's also sort of a challenge to the future. What can we do to make it better?